And we are here with College of Charleston head coach Candice M. Jackson, her second season in charge of the Cougars. Last year, your first season as a college head coach. 5-25, maybe not the record you were hoping for, but what were some of the biggest lessons you learned from running a program for the first time?
Well, what I learned is that we got better in every game, win or lose, and so that's probably the best thing that I could ask for. You know, they understood what I was saying. They finally turned the corner during the conference play, and it may not have reflected in the record, but it was something that we were striving for during the season.
And what was your biggest adjustment in terms of switching from an assistant coach role to now making all the decisions as a head coach?
Just really understanding the process and that it's not all going to happen at once. I'm not always going to have all the answers. Rely heavily on my assistant coaches and listen to them, and just really being ready for anything.
How about Bree Bolden, the CAA Defensive Player of the Year, plus she led your team in scoring. What a luxury it is to have a player that can perform on both sides of the floor like that, huh?
Yes, it is. She's really stepped her game up offensively and defensively, believe it or not. She's gotten a lot faster, a lot stronger. Her game is a lot more fluid and smooth, and so we're looking really forward to seeing what she can do for us this year.
And Coach, you also returned 3 starters this season. And what's the luxury of having that kind of experience back now in your second year?
Well, especially with Bree and everything that she brought on the defensive end, offensively, I think that takes a little bit more pressure off of her, knowing that Jackie and Clay are around to help her. They've experienced the same things that she did last year. With 2 newcomers also into the mix, that kind of gives her an opportunity to really relax and play. Clay Brown was great for us last year. Even as a freshman, she kind of got thrown into the fire, had a really hard learning curve, but she came through it. And Jackie, bringing her experience from a previous school, it really helped. And so with 3 starters in the lineup, the 2 newcomers, they have a little bit more time to rely on some other people.
Well, we mentioned that it was your first year as head coach, and you kind of touched on it a little bit. Shaklasia Brown, as a freshman point guard, 22 starts. And, there were some growing pains, but it seemed like some real improvement as the season progressed. What were some of the big lessons she learned from all that experience?
She learned, more importantly, how to take care of the ball. First thing, this isn't high school, and she had to learn that really, really quick. She felt pretty confident, as most freshmen do, in practice before we start playing other teams, and then she immediately had to make that adjustment again. And so every game it was an adjustment, every single game for her.
And this season you have 4 freshmen and 2 transfers in the fold, so 6 new players to the team. Who stepped up to help lead them to make it a seamless transition for them?
Bree and Jackie would probably be the 2 that have stepped up the most as far as teaching everybody the culture and how we do things in our program and what direction that we're going in, sharing our vision and our philosophy. Those have been the 2 that have really given us the most help with the newcomers.
You lost Erin Hall to graduation. She was probably your best 3-point shooter. How do you fill that void on the perimeter?
Honestly, we don't fill it in the perimeter. We've been able to fill it in the post with Kelsey Booth, our transfer from Siena, and Jackie Luna Castro. Those 2 are probably right now, they've shown to be our best outside threats.
And you spoke about your vision. Can you expound on what that actually will be for this season?
Really, just to be better than what we were last year. Like I said, we learned from every single game, win or lose, and so that was fine. And just to keep going from there. Our future is very bright. We've had great recruiting opportunities. Charleston is a lovely place. Our girls have bought into the philosophy, and for them, they just want to do more. They want to give more. They see now what the league is like, what it takes, and so they're ready.
A beautiful campus, no doubt about it, at the College of Charleston. You're a basketball team that played well at home last year. You got 4 of your wins at home, competitive in almost every game. How do you have a little bit more success on the road where you won just 1 game?
Really just kind of teaching them that the road, it's more about the team. When you focus on all the outside distractions when you're on the road, it gets really hard. So you don't want to add anything to an adverse situation already. And so really trying to hone in on what we're focusing on. At that time, it's about us. It's about what we're going to do on the road, going into somebody else's gym and taking that over and dominating there.
And pre-conference, non-conference schedule, you have Virginia Tech and Louisville as well. And speak to the experience that you're expecting from those 2 games.
Well, 2 really good ACC teams. I think that it says a lot for our team. Just being familiar with the ACC myself, Louisville going to the NCAA tournament, the Final Four a few times, is something that my girls need to experience early on. And I think with the level of competition that is, that will help us in conference play. Just because they're a great team, should get to the Final Four again this year, but it just gives them an opportunity to see what the next level really is like.
Right.
Well, you guys certainly have some opportunity. Year 2 of the Candice M. Jackson era at College of Charleston. Thanks so much for your time.
Thank you.